is up, Sneeples? Park the Mistveil draft is finally here, and we have some tips and tricks so that you can go 3-0 with the Assassin New. Now before we get started, I have done so many drafts with Park the Mistveil, and I have a draft ranking tier list as well as additional knowledge. So if you are interested in that, consider subscribing to our Patreon. New's playstyle looks to come in with stealth cards, get over defense with attack reactions to deal additional damage, and to banish cards from your opponent's deck, as well as the cards that are blocking your stealth cards. This allows us to use her second ability by pitching a cheat to play our opponent's blue banished cards. Now in order to draft for this playstyle, we are going to need a few Transcend cards. Passover is a very good one because it allows us to banish a card from their graveyard, so we have the dealer's choice. We can choose which blue from their graveyard we can banish so that we can play later on. Path Well Traveled and Grains That Tips the Scales are also very good Transcend cards that work with New to give go again or that extra attack. Despite this being our game plan, we don't really want more than 2 to 3, maybe 4 at the highest. And the reason is because we're probably only using New's ability 1 to 2 times a game, as that is oftentimes what we will use to close out a game. Therefore, we aren't drafting these very high in priority. But cards we are going to look for very high in priority is our equipment. Arousing Wave and Silent Stilettos are equipments that have an attack react on them, as well as giving you another attack react. This is particularly good when we look at cards like Bonds of Agony or Double Trouble that wants us to play multiple attack reactions in order to get additional benefits. So along with these equipments, we're looking for other bombs like Persuasive Prognosis and mentioned before, Bonds of Agony. These cards look to take cards out of your opponent's hand and therefore can be very disruptive to our opponents. Now, some of the common bombs that we're looking for is Red Hiss. This card being an attack reaction that comes in for 3, but also giving us that slither can be very huge to get multiple attacks in, or at the very least being able to save that slither for another turn. Attack reacts are very important for New, as that is another win condition of hers, which is to sneak in damage to your unexpected opponent. So attack reacts we value very highly. Next up is Pick 2 Pieces. This is a stealth card that we draft very highly because it helps us with our bad matchup, which is Enigma. Enigma has a cushion of blocks with Ward, and we have to get through them, where Pick 2 Pieces allows us to do so. So having 3 to 4 Pick 2 Pieces can help make our bad matchup a much more manageable matchup. After that, we are looking for stealth cards that are likely to gain us a life. This is Art of Desire's Body, Art of Desire's Mind, Bonds of Attraction, Desires of Flesh, and Mind's Desires. These are all very good cards that have a very high likelihood of banishing the right type of card so that you can gain a life. Now after that, we are now drafting our blues with New. We don't need as much blues as some of the other heroes, and we're looking to draft 10 to 12 blues. The reason why we don't need as many is that most of our attacks are 0 cost attacks. Drafting blues is not a bad thing because this allows us to swing with both our daggers to pressure Enigma's ward before coming in with our attack. So just a recap on the draft. We are drafting equipment and bombs. This is the first thing we're going to look for. Her specialized equipment, Arousing Wave, Silent Stilettos, very, very good. Persuasive Prognosis, Bonds of Agony, super well. Then we're looking for attack reacts. This is your hisses, this is your venomous bites. These are the attack reacts that can help get in damage as well as bring in additional attack reacts. Then we are looking for Pick 2 Pieces so that we can have a fighting chance against Enigma. Then we are looking for our red stealth cards. These are our cards that are likely to give us life. Art of Desire's Body, Art of Desire's Mind, Bonds of Attraction, Desires of Flesh, Mind's Desire, and then we are drafting our blues. These are our stealth blues, these are our attack reaction blues, and these are our Transcend cards. So we're looking at 10 to 12 blues with 2 to 3 of them being Transcend cards. That is New for you. If you're looking for any more additional details, we have another video coming after these draft videos that will be an overall draft primer to get you ready for nationals if you're going out, or just for your local armory. In the meantime, consider subscribing to our Patreon. Here is our Patreon subs here. We very much appreciate you, and keep on fapping.